Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to be talking about Greubel Forsey and one of their watches that they released at Geneva Watch Days. We're covering a ton of brands and what they released at Geneva Watch Days, so I'm going to be talking about their watch. It's a little sad. Greubel Forsey is a brand that has created some fairly interesting watches that really captured the creativity and just absolute insanity by the watchmakers. So they actually released their GMT Earth, the final edition of the GMT Earth that they released. This is a watch that was released in 2011 and has become a real staple and signature of Greubel Forsey. One of the things, if you follow any type of watch Instagram pages, you've probably seen this watch a couple times because it is so mesmerizing to look at, and the way that the watch is actually put together just allows for you to sort of be cast off into some other dimension. And I mean, I could stare at this watch for days. So they released the GMT Earth Final Edition. I'll talk through this watch. You probably know a little bit about it already. It's released in 2011, but this is sort of the final version of this watch that they're releasing. So yeah, a sad day for those of you who love the brand and this watch, but a really great way to sort of end it and keep the brand, keep this watch important for this brand. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I don't have this watch in my possession. This is just an informative video, so if this isn't the type of video that you're looking for, I apologize, but I hope you can stick along to hear my thoughts about this watch. So to talk through this watch a little bit, what you've got is a very complicated watch. So this watch has been created, I think, in white gold and in platinum previously. The final edition comes in titanium. It's a 45.5mm case with titanium plants and obviously hand finishing from Greubel Forsey. The watch itself has a lot of complications. I'm going to list them, and then I'll talk through how the dial is configured. So you have a GMT, you have a second time zone, you have a rotating globe with universal time and day and night indicators. You have a complete globe view of the northern and southern hemisphere. You have a 24-hour time zone indicator, summer and winter time, cities observing summertime, lateral window showing the equator, GMT pushers, tourbillon, a 24 seconds, hours and minutes, small seconds, and power reserve. So let me walk through the way that this dial is actually laid out here. Okay, so the hours, minutes, and seconds indicator is sort of at the top right. You'll see sort of a 12-hour display with an hours and minutes hand, and then you have an offset 60-second sub-dial that is sort of at 3 o'clock on that sub-dial towards the top right of the dial of the watch. Then right next to that, you actually have this retrograde, or not retrograde, you have a pointer that tells you the power reserve indication for this watch. I believe it's 72 hours according to the dial of this piece. Then if you move down on the dial, kind of offset to the right, you have this really beautiful tourbillon that is just phenomenal to look at. I really like the fact that you have the bridge where the tourbillon is attached to, but then below it there's a lot of space, and it allows for the tourbillon to really be the focal point of this part of the dial. Then if you move towards the right side, right lower section, you have a globe. This gives you your 24-hour indicator, your southern hemisphere indications. All those complications that I mentioned are going to be there. Around the outside of the watch, you have your cities. And then towards the upper, if you move up from where the globe is, you have a 12-hour display which tells you, I believe that it tells you that is your GMT complication. Let me just make sure I got this right. It's hard to keep track of all these complications. Let me make sure I got this right. Yes, that is your primary GMT complication. It's got this really beautiful red, hand, which stands out and allows you to really see it on this watch. The watch itself has a real dark finish to it, And I think that's I think really unique, especially when you have all these complications. It sort of mutes it and doesn't make it feel too overwhelming for the wearer. One of the things that I really love about this piece is the fact that the dial itself is very, very clean. You have these plates that sort of hide a lot of the movement. You could expose a lot of this and really show all of the components that are added to this watch, but I think specific components are in specific places to allow you to feel like you can see the movement, but not too much to overwhelm you. Like I mentioned, the tourbillon has really nice depth to it because it's really the focal point of that section of the dial. I think the same kind of applies to where the GMT is, as well as the globe. That actually rotates, which is just insanity to me. So you're getting a very, very complicated piece. You've probably seen a lot of videos about this watch. It is a complicated piece, but it's a staple for Greubel Forsey, and it's a real move forward for a brand, and a real staple for them to say, look at the amazing things that we're doing. This brand does create incredible pieces, but I think this has become one of their staples and displays what they can actually do in watchmaking. Titanium case, so it's going to be fairly light. Comes on you can get it on a rubber strap or a alligator strap with a folding clasp, obviously with the GF logo on it. This watch is a limited edition. It is limited to 11 pieces. I think it's fairly fitting. First one came out in 2011. They're going to release 11 versions of this Greubel Forsey GMT Earth Final Edition. I think it's a great way to sort of mark the end of it. It's 10 years of them creating these pieces. Obviously, I think they were all limited editions, 11 pieces. For this final edition, I think is a nice way to cap off a really incredible watch. It's going to be sad that there's not going to be more of these coming out, but maybe it's a great place that GF sort of is ending in. Greubel Forsey is saying, we don't want this to become something that we just continuously create. I think we should cap the amount of watches that we've made here. We've played around with case metals and finishing, and let's end on a good note and not become the GMT Earth brand. This is not the only thing that we can do as watchmakers. So really great watch. It's going to be sad to not be able to see this watch on Instagram as much, I guess. But you know what? I'm sure they're going to come out with something equally as great in the next couple of years. So super excited to see what Greubel Forsey comes out with. It's nice to do it at Geneva Watch Days. Yeah, congratulations Greubel Forsey on a great piece, a great final edition, but also a great 10 years of creating an absolute masterpiece. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of this Greubel Forsey final edition. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you sad that they're not continuing it? Would you want them to continue it? Let me know in the comments section below. If you are new to Live from the Wrist, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to check out more Geneva Watch Day videos, be sure to check out some of our previous videos. You can also head over to our website where we have articles for every single one of our videos, so you can go to the editorial section and read them over there. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button for us, it really does help us out with the YouTube analytics. And with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time.